Today, we got another one where we're going to ask the question of why does the CDC have so much power? What's up, guys? King Drew here with my co-host.
Life first.
So we want to welcome you guys to the Question Everything series where we ask thought-provoking questions to get you think. I have a nice build around how much power they have and how people react after they hear the information they put out. We'll have a conversation about the quarantine date change, right? They literally have the power. If they wanted to, they could have said 2 days.
So when you think about the process, the protocol process, right? Based upon the guidelines that the CDC has put out. And again, keeping in mind, when the CDC and other like-minded entities speak, they talk from a perspective of these are recommendations as it pertains to the what, which is the virus, right? So the CDC, with their scientists, came to a conclusion as it pertains to the best course of action in combating this in the beginning. Remember, 14 days, right? Even if you was exposed to someone who potentially had this virus, 14 days.
And not only is that decision made, right? It's not just for a set country, for the world. So think about how we as the people have no say per se, because it's the board that's making that decision, right? And if I'm wrong, comment down below. Please tell me, inform me if I'm wrong. And I'm okay with that.
Now it's down to 5 days, right? Meaning if you are exposed right now, instead of you waiting that 10 days to see if you develop symptoms, now within 5 days, that's it. If you have no symptoms, or even if beyond the 6, 7, 8 day, if you start to develop symptoms, that's it. Your 5 days, once you don't see anything in that first 5 days, that's it. By CDC guidelines, you have quarantined and you're ready to get back out to work, right?
5 days is not enough time for somebody to get over it. So now you have a person that still have the sickness, right? And you're gonna tell me that within 5 days, then 5 days of you getting that positive confirmation, you have to return to work.
Which we're gonna talk about that other side of it as it pertains to your job, but we're just really trying to set the conversation right as it pertains to the de-escalation of quarantine time.
You put into place mandates, right? These mandates now are causing people to quit their jobs. Like they're not trying to work anymore, right? Because they don't want to go against what they believe.
If you, as an individual, came to a conclusion, what was the conclusion? That the best course of action for you was to get vaccinated. Based upon the research that you did, and you felt like this was the best solution, I just want to be crystal clear on this, right? Listen, this is exactly the same conclusion that you came to, right? Is exactly what I'm saying to you. It's the perception of what I'm being denied in that regards, right? So we're crystal clear on that, right?
You have the outbreaks that are happening. It's happening everywhere. Everybody's catching. People are already short-staffed prior to this breakout, right? And now you're putting people back into the workspace. So that you have all of those dosages, right? You can still get it.
We find ourselves to where now somebody could go to a conclusion, and then based upon their results, now they're saying that, nope, this should be for everyone else, right?
I feel like based on going off of their logic here, based off of that, if you are not vaccinated, I feel like that's a whole different conversation, right? Per se, how you feel about that, brother?
In this scenario, the only way I can explain it, you know when somebody say, let's agree to disagree? Meaning what? So what is the what? We both looked at the information. You came to a conclusion that you felt this was something that you wanted to do, and I felt like this was something that I wanted to do. So in this particular scenario, we both agreed to disagree. Whatever happened to that, right? But now we find ourselves to where now somebody could go to a conclusion, and then based upon their results, now they're saying that nope, this should be for everyone else, right? What gives you the ability and or the right to make you feel that that's justifiable, right? Ask yourself that, right?
Make sure you hit that like button. You made it this far, hit that like button, man.
Just to kind of give you guys it from a perspective of when we talk about why are we giving up our birthright, which is our ability to make choice, right? You have to really ask yourself that. Why would you just give that away? Just sure, why not?
Like, how do you not look around and see like what is going on here? Where's a disconnect where it's like you're still trapped in that old way of living? Like, the times is changing. If people don't realize that by now, the times is literally changing right in front of your faces, and if you're still just going along with the motion where it's like your blinders off, you need to take them off and look around. Because literally right now, I posted a video on Twitter where it's like, literally, you can't even go to McDonald's without a vaccine passport. You can't even go to McDonald's. Like, think about that. And how, for some people, right, at the end of the day, that's their way of getting food. Listen, I'm not even gonna go in that whole conversation about fast food. I'm not going in that conversation, right? But at the same time, it's just like, literally, think about what is happening on the other side of the world. There is nothing holding that over there to come to wherever you are. And if it's already happening where you are, people need to get to a point where they start expressing more. And not just expressing, but at the same time, there's other forms of media that people need to start creating at the same time. Because I know, of course, they're going to find a way to manipulate it. But it's not even about that. It's just the fact that now is the time where we have to realize that no one's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. Let's start there. And we are the ones now. We are the ones that, when the future generation look back at this very moment right now, what is it that my grandparents did during this time to change the way of living? Because when we get to that time, it's like, damn, if they never really made that decision to unite and work together, we probably would have been living in a completely different world. So literally, we're at that point right now. It's a turning point. There's no more, regular life is one thing, but we have to fix the issues until we can get back to any form of normalcy or create a new normal. That was just a quick conversation about why is it that the CDC have so much power, or when. A greater question is, when did they get so much power? Because prior to 2020, you didn't hear that much about no CDC. So let's be real here. Prior to 2020, how much do you hear CDCs was giving out guidelines?
One of the things we tell people all the time on this platform, right? Do your own research, right? And then again, one thing with you coming on here, we will always give you information as pertains to the information, to where now you're able to look at the information through a different lens.
Without further ado, I want to thank you guys for watching. Peace.